with Vim, different versions of Vim, right from 5.1 till 20.4, and with again similar like all kind of projects I have worked into, upgrade, support, and implementations. Okay, and I'll be conducting these sessions for Vim content part of it. I'll be a trainer. So that's a short introduction from my side. Can we have a quick introduction from each of you? That helps me in understanding what's your background, and that will help me in planning the sessions accordingly.
Yes, sure, Sachin. This is Lakshmi Nath. I'm a SAP consultant. I have
Mm-hmm.
10 years of experience, and I worked in one of my projects as a Vim support, not majorly, but a little bit. I have little knowledge on Vim.
Okay, so
So
you're
I
you're
wanted to
SAP
learn Vim,
MM
and also I
consultant.
want to make it, yeah,
Okay,
Vim
perfect.
consultant.
So as a part of MM team, you have worked a little bit onto Vim, and then you want to grow further on that area.
Yes, correct.
Okay, perfect. So you already have a project in which you're working, or is it
No,
something
no,
you
I
want to
don't have
learn?
project. In past, I worked, but because Vim is a niche skill, I thought, learn it and try for
Yes,
a better project.
perfect.
So,
Thanks,
Sachin,
Lakshminath.
would you mind if we can record this session so that it we can have it as a reference? I mean, if it
Yes.
is
After the
possible.
introduction, we'll start the recording.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Sachin, this is Lakshmi. I have around 12 years of experience, out of which I have 5 years experience in FSCO. From last 1 year, I am working as an Vim consultant and support project.
Okay. And you're working into Vim project is when, but are you aligned with like which work stream you're aligned, or like are you aligned with FI module or MM module?
No,
Generally,
earlier,
organizations have like FI or MM module, and then they work as a Vim, or are you completely a separate team for Vim?
yeah, separate team for Vim.
Fully on. Okay, so you're not aligned with FI or MM even.
Yeah, earlier I worked in FSCO project. Now I'm in Vim.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thanks, Lakshmi. That's gives a basic understanding. So you have FI knowledge as well as Vim knowledge.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, good to know. Thank you. So who goes next?
Hi Sachin, myself Navya. Now I am working as a FICO consultant in Capgemini. I have 2.5 years of experience. I want to upgrade myself. That's why I want to learn Vim.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Lakshmi. Sorry, thanks, Navya. Okay.
Hi Sachin. Yeah, my name is Chandra. I'm working as a FSCO consultant. I would like to upgrade my knowledge on Vim. I know little bit. I know knowledge means I have the business user knowledge, user level knowledge. I know how to go DP documents and analytic reports like that. All I have
Okay.
that knowledge, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't have knowledge of about configuration. But I have to
Okay.
learn the config, workflow config, and
Mm-hmm.
analytic report config enhancements because it would be
Yeah,
business user.
understood.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll be
I'm
going through all
expecting.
that. We will be
Yeah,
going through all that. We'll be going through all that. Thanks. So you're working as an end user, if my understanding is correct?
no, I'm a FICO consultant. I'm
Okay, you're
a,
FSU consultant. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
but
You just
I have
have
the
touched a
end user.
little bit. You have touched
Yes,
a little bit in the Vim as an end user. You've tried something.
end user. I have the end user knowledge only. I don't have config knowledge. I need to suppose business want to enhance the Vim analytical report, then want
Mm-hmm.
to add the fields. I don't know how to do config. That's
Okay.
totally
No
different.
worries. No
Yeah,
worries at all. We'll be learning all that configuration in detail.
yeah. Yeah. I'm expecting that one only. Thank you.
Yes. Thanks, Chandra.
Yeah,
Who goes
thank you.
next?
Hi Sachin, this is
Hi,
Malati.
Malathi. Yep.
I am FICO consultant. I have around 3 years of experience.
Mm-hmm.
I want to upskill myself. I have
Okay.
worked on only support projects only.
Okay, no worries at all.
Okay,
That's fine. That's fine. Thanks, Malti. That's
thank you.
helpful. Okay, who goes next? I see some messages. Raj Kiran. Yes. Uh, is it Raj or Kiran? Sorry. What's your
What?
name? How can I address you? Okay,
Ras.
Raj. No worries. I think he's facing some challenge with his microphone. So you can maybe, Raj, if you are able to hear me, you can type your introduction in the chat. That's fine. Okay. We have Narsima. Can we go with
Yeah,
you?
hi Sachin, good morning.
Good
Yeah,
morning.
hello, am I audible, Sachin?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, Sachin, good morning. Myself is Nasimhara Authority. I was working in one of the software company. That is also I have 7 years of experience, and relevant is 3 years of experience I have. And I'm joined with this upskill myself only. Just I'm
Okay.
learning to Vim.
Okay. And you were working 3 years relevant experience in SAP FI or MM or
It's only
ABAP?
FI consultant only.
FI. Okay. Okay.
Yes, only FI, no CO.
Okay. No worries. No worries. Okay. Then we have Suvarna.
Hi Sachin, good morning. Good morning now. So
Yeah.
currently I'm working in HCL as a FI consultant, and overall I have 5 years of experience in FI only. And as I do not have an experience in Vim, so I just want to add skills into my bucket.
Okay. Perfect. No worries.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Raj has given. He is having 8 years of experience. Raj, if you could share, like, is it SAP FI, MM, ABAP, end user, anything which you have? Okay. Then Ram.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Sachin.
Yeah.
I
Hi,
got
Ram.
around 10 years of experience, and I work for IBM as a PPC consultant. I just want to get into another platform. That's why I want to learn this course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not into SAP as of now, and you want to get into
I'm
SAP.
into SAP BPC, Business Planning and Consolidation.
Okay, BPC. Okay, sorry, I heard
Right.
PPC, so that's why I got a bit confused. So
I
yeah, you're
understand.
part of BPC. Okay. Okay. You're into
Exactly. Yeah.
BPC consultant, and now you want to get into configuration and learn Vim as a niche area.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Okay. So anyone still left out? Okay, I think we are done with the introductions of everyone. Thank you. Okay, let me just ask Subbu to start the recording and then we'll start with the session. Okay. So meanwhile, I'll tell you the basic thing or the session we are going to conduct is I am having a small slide deck. Okay, I'll be going through that small slide deck, which is basic introduction of Vim, how we are going to like some introduction on what depth we are going to cover and what kind of product it is and all. Okay. And in during the session, if anyone has any kind of questions, queries, you can prompt me or interrupt me in between. We can go through after the slide deck. Also, we will have this question and answer session. You can get any kind of doubt you have, you can get those clarified. Okay. And towards the end, then we will go through the what is the batch timings and the schedule of the classes and all that. Okay, that's the overview. Okay, I'm just waiting for Subbu to start the recording and then we will start. So one more thing, meanwhile, I'd like to share that I am the trainer or the I am the content manager, so anything related to the content part, you can reach out to me. Subbu is the admin, so anything related to admin, meeting invites, meeting links, recordings, okay, all those are managed by Subbu. Okay, so for any questions, queries which you have related to content, most welcome, reach out to me. Anything which is related to the admin part of it, scheduling of the meetings or recordings or anything like that, Subbu should be your primary contact. Okay, and it's not that you cannot tell me or share with me. You can obviously share with me and I'll pass that message to Subbu. Okay, the primary information here is that Subbu is the one who will be driving the admin part. I am the one who will be driving the content part. Okay, are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you for confirmation. I'm just
Can you be
waiting
a
for.
little louder, Sachin? I don't know whether it is to me or, but I feel it is very less voice is coming.
Okay, thanks Lakshminath for letting me know. I'll be try to be louder. And just wanted to understand, like, is it with everyone? Everyone is facing this challenge, or is it specific to Lakshminath?
For me, it is fine. Sachin.
Thanks, Lakshmi, for confirming. Okay, no worries, Lakshminath. I'll try to be a bit louder.
Okay, thank you, Sachin.
Guys, sorry, but I'm just waiting for recording to be started. Otherwise, we are ready to start the session. Recording. Okay, guys, recording is started. So I'll go into a full screen mode. Okay. Once I go into full screen mode, I won't be able to see who is speaking. So if you are raising any questions, my request would be please tell your name and so that I can address you correctly. Okay. So SAP Vendor Invoice Management. Few of you guys have already worked into Vim solution. Some of you have not worked. You want to learn completely new. Okay. So a quick introduction about this product. Okay. Vendor Invoice Management, or in short form it is VIM, is a product which is developed by OpenText. So OpenText AG is an organization who has developed this product, and they are into the market since long time, and they are one of the market leader in this area. Okay, the largest footprint in this area is covered by OpenText into VIM, Vendor Invoice Management Solutions. Okay. A few years back they have partnered with SAP. So now SAP and OpenText are partners. Okay, this helps them, both of them. Okay, that's the reason they have partnered together. Coming to the more details about the product, vendor invoice management. Okay, SAP as an ERP solution already has its own modules, finance modules, MM module, SD module, and all. Okay, we are talking here about vendor invoice management. This falls under FIMM integration part of it. Okay, so SAP has its own FIMM integration and its own P2P process. But within the existing SAP process, there are certain gaps. Okay, basically when the industry started using SAP product, okay, with the business processes, the industry people found that there are certain gaps and those needed some custom solutions. So that is the area where the OpenText has tapped in, and they have developed a product. They developed a solution, and that has over a period they have developed that solution into a product. Okay, and they have tried to bridge all the gaps whichever were present in the SAP process. And in addition to those gap bridging part, also they have developed a lot of other things which were kind of expectations, meeting the expectation of the customer, or providing some additional functionalities and features into the product. Okay, so in overall, this vendor invoice management solution or a VIM solution deals into how to cater your vendor invoice management. When you receive invoice from vendor, how to process that vendor invoicing, and different challenges which are faced or which were faced without VIM. So all that is being catered by this solution. Okay, so if you can see like the highlights here which I have tried to share, is an OpenText product. Okay, bolt on an SAP. So it's a bolt-on system on an SAP or a solution built on top of SAP solution. So what does that mean is that the OpenText Vim solution cannot be installed without Vim. Without SAP. Okay, that is that you need to have the SAP solution, SAP ERP available, and then on top of SAP you will install this product of OpenText Vim. Okay, so the base, okay, literally if you go with the wordings also, you have a base plate and then you bolt on something onto the base plate. So SAP ERP solution is the base plate and the Vim solution is bolted onto the SAP ERP. Okay, it's a separate license is required because this is a separate organization, separate product. OpenText is a separate organization, even though they have partnered with SAP, but still it is a separate organization and it needs a separate license. Okay, product wise, okay, a lot of information or configuration is pre-provided. It takes care of all your pre-processing, pre-process of invoice data and all, pre-checks, etc. Okay, various checks are available, various things have been automated. There is a lot of automation involved. There is an approval workflow inbuilt by default. You will have an approval workflow, okay, which will get triggered, and the overall solution is very flexible for customization. Okay, so once you configure, the standard things are available, and on top of that you can customize it to a very high extent. Okay, you will understand when we go through the details in this course content, when we start with the actual sessions and all, over different sessions, you will get to know more about that, how flexible and how customizable the solution is, and that is the one of the key reason why it is the market leader. Okay, it's since OpenText and SAP have partnered, so now they are doing co-development. Okay, so co-development means that if there is any new product or new solution being brought in by SAP, OpenText is well aware of that, and they do make the changes, required changes, to ensure that it is compatible with the Vim version, or the Vim version is upgraded accordingly, and they bring up the solution to have a well integration with the new features of SAP. New legal requirements coming up anywhere, across the globe. If SAP is developing some solution for it, OpenText, wherever it is applicable for Vim, then OpenText also develops a solution along with SAP in collaboration, so that they have a seamless end-to-end process. It supports all versions of SAP. Okay, so there are different versions of Vim available, If you have SAP ECC version, you have different version. If you're having S4 HANA version, you have different version. So it supports all kind of versions, and it is ever expanding with every in like Vim is also going in hand in hand with SAP, as SAP is releasing one version every quarter for cloud and one version for on-prem every year. Similarly, Vim is also releasing similar versions, one version every quarter and one version every year. So it's hand in hand, it's all collaborative development. So they're following the same approach. Okay. Any questions here? Anyone has?
No, Sachin.
It's good, Sachin. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'll move to the next slide. So this very shortly talks about what are the benefits, what are the features of the solution, what solution brings in. Okay. So out of the box scenarios, that means that the solution comes with pre-configuration. Okay. So there is a standard configuration given along with the product. Once the product is installed, you can start using it with the pre-configuration. Okay. In case if you want to customize it further, or even if you want to do some custom configuration, so you can go ahead with that. Otherwise, you can start using from out of the box as well. Okay. Pre-configured rules, roles, and actions. So this is what different kind of details are here. There are different rules, different roles, different actions, different checks, automations. All those are given as a pre-configured thing. So you can start using as soon as you have the product installed. Automation and collaboration. This we will see furthermore when we go through the invoice process flow. We will understand more there. Okay, but basically, whenever invoice is processed, there are a lot of checks carried out on the invoice data. Okay, and those are all manual when you do not have a specific solution. What OpenText has done is they have brought automation in these checks. Okay, and it collaborates with the different teams within the organization. Okay, so that part is being automated and a better collaboration can be brought in with the help of this solution. Okay, as I said, there are different roles, different teams involved here within the organization. Every information is available directly to the relevant users. Okay, so there are different roles, different apps, okay, available, and using those different roles and different apps, the users can see the relevant information for them. uh, Talking about machine learning and AI, or integration with other solutions, these are two topics which are more relevant to expanding the solution further. Okay, one of the feature or one of the sidecar which is available is an OCR solution. So there is a lot of development going in the OCR area where they use machine learning, AI, etc. Okay, for further optimizing and getting better results out of it, and integrating with other products. So there are other products available in the market. Okay, those can be open text products or those can be any third party products. So there is as I said, like the product is very flexible and customizable, so it is very easy to integrate with any existing solution or any third party solution also. Okay, so it seamlessly integrates with all those.
Sachin, Vim is only compatible to SAP or any other like Oracle Finance or PeopleSoft or
No,
anything?
no, it is SAP. As I said, like it is a bolt-on system to SAP, right? So
Okay.
you need the base plate of SAP. SAP ERP is the prerequisite.
Okay.
It's a bolt-on system on SAP. As I said in my earlier slide, right? The solution was built uh, keeping the SAP P2P process in picture, and wherever there were gaps in the standard SAP flow, they have tried to bridge those. That is how the product has been what I can say, like the thought process had started from there. Okay, further they have developed the process based on the requirements and the need from the industry and the best practices or the what we can say uh, demand from the customers. Okay, so the product is developed, but the basic the thought was conceived from this point of view that there are certain gaps in the SAP process or in the SAP P2P solution. So it is completely developed based on the SAP, and moreover from technology point of view also we talk, it is developed into SAP, or I mean to say like the code and all the things is used from SAP side. It is using SAP ABAP language to code the part, and the framework screen etc, everything is used from SAP framework, SAP architecture.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Anyone, any more questions? Anything? You have any kind of doubts? Okay, if there are no more questions, we move to the next slide. Okay, benefits. So this is the very basic part of the benefits. Okay, so as I said that the solution comes with pre-configuration, so you can start using as soon as the product is installed. Okay, so that helps and start using the solution. It has a lot of pre-configuration, brings a lot of pre-checks and other things available, roles etc, actions available. So those will basically improve your with the automation and collaboration, it in general improves the productivity. Okay, in general it improves the productivity of the team or the organization. Okay, or in a very layman term we can say that if a person was able to process maybe 5 invoice, I'm just giving arbitrary number, okay, not exactly, but if a person was able to process 5 invoice in a day, with help of Vim the person would be able to process maybe 10 invoices a day. Okay, the overall turnaround time required for an invoice, okay, reduces a lot. So that basically increases the productivity, accelerates the overall operations. Okay, and in turn it basically brings into the benefits of it, monetary benefits. Okay, it also helps into you, like as I said, like the solutions are built collaboratively with SAP, and it has a built-in workflow. So it keeps you helps you in preventing any fraud, because there is a work approval workflow, review process etc in picture. So there is a like inbuilt process, or what I can say, inheritedly you get a process of review and approval, so which avoids your fraudulent postings, right? It is in alliance with the SAP, so that helps you to be compliant with the be compliant on the legal part of it. So compliance part is taken care uh, with
Yes,
all these
Sachin.
features. Yes. Yeah, anybody wanted to say something?
Yeah, very good, Sachin.
Okay, sorry. I thought someone was wanted to ask something. Okay, no worries.
This is only
So
process invoices only, Sachin. There's not process any other modules like asset accounting, not correct. Only invoice related only is process, correct?
invoice related, only invoice related.
Yeah.
Okay. So the name of the product itself is vendor invoice management,
No.
right?
That's correct. Yeah. Recently we got one issue in asset retirement. That is also we
Uh-huh.
introduced in the workflow, because of high level assets,
Ah.
so users are retiring without business concern. That's
Now see,
why we implemented
workflow
workflow with
is a
asset retirement. Yeah.
workflow is a generic concept given by SAP. It can be
Yes.
utilized or workflows can be developed for any kind of solution, right? Any kind of any
Yes, that's
module,
correct. Any model, yeah.
right? Yeah. So what OpenText has done, as I said, like again, like coming to the same point again, right? It is bolt-on system, so it is utilizing the SAP framework, right? So workflow is also one of the object from SAP which OpenText has utilized and developed a workflow. So you get a built-in workflow for approvals and review in Vim part of it.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Okay. So anyone, any questions?
Yeah, we are good. You're now our class is S4HANA latest version or what you're saying?
No, we will be taking the classes on the ECC version. Okay.
Okay.
Now, having said that, is from when we talk from a Vim point of view, okay, Vim perspective, the version which we are using is 7.5 SP8,
Okay.
Vim 7.5 SP8, okay, and from the core Vim solution point of view, vendor invoice management point of view, the version Vim 7.5 is same as what you have on the S4 HANA version. Version 20.4 also is same from Vim perspective. With the new S4 HANA version and all, OpenText has brought some additional solutions, okay, called as beyond invoice solutions. Okay, these beyond invoice solutions are not into P2P area. Okay, when I say P2P, it is procure to payment. Okay, so beyond invoices solution is not related to P2P or vendor invoices. It is more into sales SD related area. Okay, so OpenText is expanding their presence into the other modules also, and they are building new solutions there as well. So from Vim perspective, it is same. All the configuration, all the setup, the core working, or what you can say, the core solution is overall same for ECC as well as S4HANA. Okay. From S4HANA perspective, what OpenText has did is they have developed some Fury apps. Okay, to be, as I said, like they are going hand in hand, right? So from an end user's experience perspective, they have developed the Fury apps. So when the end user is using S4HANA with Fury apps from standard SAP side, they are able to use the Fury apps for Vim as well. Okay, but those are standard OpenText Fury apps. Okay, comes with pre-configuration from the OpenText out of the box. Does that answer and clarify? Hello, am I audible? Yes, am I audible to everyone?
Yes,
Yeah,
Sachin.
yes,
Yes, Sachin. You
yes,
are audible.
Sachin. Yeah, I'm out.
Oh, okay, okay. Since I was not getting response, I was not sure if I'm
No, no,
connected or
no.
got
We are
disconnected.
good, Sachin.
Okay.
Sachin, may I know what is the you're saying the version number 20 and SP? What is called SP? I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Okay, see, version is the base version. Okay,
Uh,
so in ECC, when like we were working or with the ECC version, okay, there used to be a base version, and then on that there used to be service packs. Okay, now what is difference between the base version and the service pack? Base version is the main solution as together, and then OpenText used to bring in small service packs. Okay, based on
okay,
the say like uh, every few months and all, OpenText used to bring one service pack where they would like release some new editions. There could be some bug fixes from the old version or older service pack. There could be
mm,
new features added. Okay, all those things are clubbed together and formed as a service pack. So
okay,
SP stands for service pack. Okay.
okay. Understood.
From S4 HANA, when we're talking about from S4 HANA version, as I said, it is more relevant or in line with the SAP. So SAP is bringing one version every quarter, and
Okay,
those are named as like every year with the quarter, right? So you will have like 2002 points 2002 2002 like version like quarter 02 will have 02, quarter 4 will have 04, and so on.
okay. Every quarter they are
So every
releasing
year
some.
you will have 4.
Okay,
SAP is also releasing, so in alignment with SAP they are also releasing, but
okay.
for that's for cloud based, and then on prem related there is once a year.
On premises once a year. Cloud is okay.
In line with SAP, what SAP is following, same they are following.
Okay. So this service packs updated by basis team, correct? We're not involved in.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Functional or the Vim consultants basically are involved. Okay, subject to what service pack you are installing. Okay, from basically it will all depend from which version to which version you are going. If it is a version upgrade itself, functional team is surely required to check out what are the changes coming in. Okay, same applies for service pack as well. As I said, like service packs include some bug fixes, some new feature releases also, right? So depending on the service pack which you are installing, what are the new features, what are the bug fixes carried out, and for that, if there is any configuration required, that has to be carried out by the functional team, right?
Okay.
So all this information, if you're installing any service pack, like say for example, you are on to service pack 3 and you are moving to service pack 6, then you can check release notes. There are release notes available with every service pack. In those release notes, you can find what is being brought in as a part of this new service pack. So you, if
Okay.
say, as I say, like for the example, you are moving from 3 to 6, you can check the release notes of service pack 4, service pack 5 and service pack 6 and see
Okay.
what new features are being brought in. You want to use those features, you want to configure something additional, yes, no, or like according to that you can take a decision and then proceed further. Obviously the pack installation or the patch installation will be done by the basis team, and
Okay.
once their activity is completed, depending on your organization's requirement, you may need some configuration.
Yeah, basic configuration we'll do and move to production. Yeah. We do proper test also. I guess.
Yes, 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 that's the normal SDLC software, I can say, like software cycle, right?
Yes, that's
So you
correct. Yeah.
install anything, you will obviously, if based on requirement, you will configure something, you will test it thoroughly and then move it to from dev to quality, do the quality testing once again, UAT will happen and then it will move to production.
Yes, yes, Sachin. Sachin, may I know what is the subject content? Do you have,
Sorry, what is the?
do you have the subject? What means you have the syllabus line slides. Means
Okay,
Vim
so
syllabus.
you mean, do you mean say like what would be the course content overall?
Yes, yes, yeah, course content.
Yeah, we'll go through the course content towards the end of this slide. Once we are done with
Okay,
this presentation, we'll go with that course content part.
okay, okay.
Okay. Anyone has any other questions?
Yeah, it's okay,
Okay,
Sachin.
if then okay, no more questions, we move to the next slide. So what I have tried to present here is what is a typical process flow. Okay, invoice process flow. Okay, this is all manual task where you will receive the invoice, it will be taken further, load the metadata or the data entry part. Someone will do a data entry part based on the invoice received. Okay, and then someone will validate the data. Whatever data entry is done, is that all correct or not, right? So that data
Yes,
entry part is validated. Someone would check if all the required information is populated for an invoice to be posted or processed from an organization process point of view. So those are termed as business rules, right? Some organization needs some certain fields to be populated in certain format, etc. So all those will be checked out. Okay, and then it will go to the like the formal process of approval, which is again manual, that this is the invoice which we have received, we want to post. There will be a manual approval given, and then based on that the document will be posted into SAP. Right. So this is all manual tasks where someone will do manual and then it go to next level. Maybe just for visualizing part or understanding purpose, maybe we can visualize that moving from table to table, you go to one window in one office, then next window, and so on, right? How the file moves from table to table, we have seen in a lot of movies, etc. So
yes,
it was a similar case where the invoices used to move, the physical invoice will be received, the physical invoice move from one table to other table, and then they will get those stamps and signatures and all those, and then at the end it gets posted. So that's the manual process of invoicing. With the new technology and the digital part of it, it might not be very physical in nature, but still people send an email to someone to get more information, to get the information verified and all that, right? And at the end, once all the things are verified and approved, then the document is getting posted in SAP. Okay, so this is all very manual. Okay, even if it is digital, it is still manual, right? Someone is sending mail, someone is pinging someone on the communicator teams or whatever the uh, solution they have for interaction. So someone is pinging on, maybe most of the organizations using MS Teams and all, so they are pinging each other in MS Teams, getting the required information and verification, so on. All that is manual. So with the Vim solution, this all part is getting automated. Okay, so here is the Vim process flow.
Hi,
Or
Sachin.
yes.
Yeah, quick question. You mentioned that we will be going to cover Vim integrated with ECC system, right?
Yes,
Uh,
it
yeah,
won't be
apart from
integrated.
that,
Basically, we'll say like ECC is the base on which we will be discussing on the Vim solution.
okay, got
SAP
it.
is the base.
When it Okay, when it comes to S4 HANA, like we have Fiori apps and all, so even Vim has Fiori apps, or the same apps or the same transactions which we use in ECC, similar apps are created. I mean,
Both things. So I just shared a few minutes before as well, right? The transaction codes which are available in ECC, same transaction codes are available in S4 as well. And on top of that,
okay,
OpenText has developed some Fury apps as well for the user in experience point of view, right? So when users are using
okay,
Fury apps for all other activities, so they would be able to
hmm,
use Fury apps for Vim actions also.
okay.
Okay.
So you will be covering those apps, or it's just because we are using the Vim on top of ECC, we will not be able, you will not be able to cover them.
Yep. Both again answering both of this is like we won't be covering the Fury apps. Okay, since it is on ECC, we will purely, I can show you the basic configurations or how the setup is there. Okay, I won't be able you to show the user experience part of it, how the app appears, how the user interact with the app. That the end user part is something which I won't be able to show you. But yes, from a consultant point of view or from configuration point of view, we are surely going to cover some part of it. So whatever is required from a consultant point of view, that will be covered. What is required from, or how is the overall end user experience, is something which we won't be able to cover.
Okay. Okay. And coming to the, I mean, say, I think we will be provided with some test system and all, right? So my question is, apart from test system, will there be any kind of project approach, like the way you are implementing? Is there any provision that we will be given a kind of project and we can build in something like that?
I would say no. Okay, based on our experience, we have tried that earlier. So what happens actually,
Hmm.
most of the people who are working are like who are basically attending the classes are working somewhere in the organizations, and then those people actually do not get time to work on project and submit the project and all. Okay, what I have seen
Okay.
in my experiences, people are able to like uh, some people who are not working on Vim solution, they utilize the test server, the access which we
Hmm.
provide. Okay, they utilize that for practice part of it and practice whatever we are covering in these slides in this session. Okay, and some people who are already working on the Vim solution, or they are aware about the Vim solution, involved somewhere slightly or completely into the Vim solution, they prefer to try it out on the client system. There they have more data and more scenarios, so they do try out on that system. Project we have tried, but that does
Okay.
not work out because people do not get time. They say like we are busy with office work and all, this becomes additional, and then it does not work out.
Okay.
Okay, so again it depends on batch to batch. If you guys prefer, we can process that way as well. We can have some project also generated. Okay, we can go through it, but overall it depends on batch to batch. The preference of the batch, we can go with the approach accordingly. It's not a hard and fast rule as such. Okay, so general
Okay.
approach, what we have based on the experience, past experiences, we have also evolved with this approaches also, right? General theoretical based or
Okay.
classroom based approach is when you where you get the projects and all, right? This is not a physical classroom where this is all virtual interaction, right? And secondly, people are also from working, right? Basically, or everyone is employed somewhere or the other where, and they have projects and all or other work, primary work. I would say this is additional part of it.
Okay.
Okay. So as I said, like this is all teaching approaches, okay, or learning approaches. We can go with the approach as per the batch preference. So if all the people or majority of the people are preferring to go with a project approach, we can go with that.
Okay, sure, Sachin. And one more question. It's not related to Vim. See, right now I am in the application of GoToMeeting. I just wanted to know how I can open a full screen. Right now it's not coming. It's showing me in a small screen only.
Full screen, right?
Yeah. Otherwise, okay. I mean,
Because
ignore as of now. I will try to Google it out and
uh,
sorry.
as a
Yeah.
presenter, see, I think on the top somewhere you will have some three dots, and there you will have an option of toggle full screen or something like that. As far as I recall, last time
I
I
used
checked.
that actually. It's not working out. Maybe I don't know what is the reason. Anyway, that's fine. I will figure it out.
Just to double
Thank you.
tap in your mobile, just it will get into expand it.
Sorry?
Just double tap in your mobile, it will expand it to full screen.
I'm using laptop. I tried that as well, double tap. I don't know.
I think the features
Okay,
might be
that's fine. I
different on
mean,
mobile versus laptop. As far as I recall,
laptop, yeah.
last time laptop you would have three dots on the rightmost top, and there you should have an option to toggle full screen. So it will turn to full screen and exit from full screen both.
Okay, okay, no problem. I will try it out.
Okay,
Thank you.
welcome. Any more questions? Anyone has?
It's okay.
Okay, so coming back to the topic, we were talking about the invoice flow. Okay, so here this particular slide represents how the different phases of invoices are catered by which solution. Okay, so the first part is receiving the invoice, the physical invoice. So then that invoice is captured into archival. Okay, the invoice is archived, the image of the invoice is archived. It was like if you have a physical invoice, it is converted into a digital copy, and then the digital copy is archived. Then it goes to the capturing the metadata or the data entry part. In the data entry part, you can utilize OCR as a solution. That's an optional solution. You can have manual one or automated one. Both are possible. So OCR solution is one other part which comes into picture. After the data entry, there is the validation of data entry and checking the different different business rules and all, and for each of those exception handling. So all this is taken care as the core Vim solution till the posting of the document. Okay, so data entry and validation and approval and posting, all this is taken care by the core Vim solution. So this is how different points or in the different phases of the invoice, different solutions comes into picture, and all these solutions are seamlessly integrated with each other. Okay, anyone, any questions on this?
Okay, Sachin. Good.
Okay, this is another process flow showing the same process flow in a different manner. This shows how different kind of invoices or different ways of receiving the invoices. So you can receive invoices as e-invoice or iDocs or XML, that is structured digital format, or you can receive as an email or a physical invoice. So these are unstructured invoices. Okay, so email copy will have a digital copy of the invoice. If you are receiving a physical copy of the invoice, then it has to be scanned and converted into a digital copy of the invoice. So this digital copy is an unstructured format or a raw format. This goes further for OCR if applicable, and then it goes for SAP Vim solution to register this document. In case of structured form data you're receiving like IDOC, XML, e-invoice, that directly goes and registered into Vim. There in this core Vim solution, the processing is carried out where we, as we discussed earlier, right? The metadata validation, the business rule checking, approval, all that is being taken care. And once the approval is done, then based on the invoice type, if it is a PO based invoice, it will follow the P2P process of SAP. It will get into SAP posting and it will carry out the three-way match. If the three-way match is successful, it will be released for payment. If there is any error in three-way match, if there is any discrepancy, it will go into the invoice will be blocked, and then there you will have some further processing for resolving the invoice block. In case of FI invoice or non-PO invoice, the terminology used a lot of time is a non-PO invoice. Okay, so in those cases it will go for approval. Once it is approved, it will be posted and then it will be released for payment. This is another way of representing the overall solution.
Okay.
Okay.
Sachin, your non-PO three-way match means we have MRBR, we have MRBR also, correct?
Yeah, MRBR is the standard way. Okay, there is a different solution from OpenText on that part as well. We will discuss that all in
Okay.
detail. What configurations are required, additional, how that works. There is a workflow, separate workflow for discrepancy management.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, then this is a glimpse of what we are going to discuss in each topic, how till what depth we are going to cover in each of the topic or each of the area. Okay, how the concepts will be discussed. A very basic glimpse is given that if we are talking about archiving, what we are going to cover, we will be discussing about content repository, presetting folders, linking archive document to Vim objects, and linking archive objects to SAP objects, how this overall archival process works, what is the technology part of it, what is the user experience point of view, how this all will be working end to end. That all we will be discussing in detail.
Okay, Sachin.
Okay. Okay, this is another representation of different concepts. This is called as a mind map representation, where I have tried to represent that different concepts from Vim, how they are interlinked, what is the interdependency, how it is one part is impacting to the other part. All that linkage is shown in a diagram format or a mind map format. Okay, this is a good way of representation. Any concept you are learning anywhere, you may be
Yes, yeah.
if you search on mind map on Google, you will find a lot of useful information. And the reason it is called as mind map is it is something very similar to what we have in our brain is neural network. So how different neurons connect to each other. So this is something similar, and it is very effective in remembering. So if you see a mind map diagram for anything, you will remember it very well. Okay. So this is what I wanted to share from the presentation point of view. Okay. If you have any questions on the Vim solution or any specific topic, we can go through that. Okay. If you do not have any questions on that, then we can go through the course content part of it. Okay. So we have this course content in an Excel format. So before we proceed with the course content, anyone has any questions, any queries?
Yes, Sachin. So,
Yes,
quick question
please.
is, so we are also going to cover open text related settings, or it is just Vim related settings?
Uh, could you clarify what do you mean by open text settings and Vim settings?
Both are same, correct?
I mean, see, when I worked in, it was past when I worked, so I couldn't recollect it. But see, there is a separate team for open text and there is a separate team for Vim. Okay,
No,
so
no, it
open text,
depends.
I think they take
What
care of server related activities. what I understood.
Yeah. Okay. Understood. Understood. So that's what I wanted to understand. See, when you say open text is an organization. Okay, it's a company. Okay, and it has multiple
Okay.
products. Multiple products. Vim
Mm-hmm.
is one of the open text product. Okay, Vim is also owned by open
Oh,
text.
okay.
Okay, Vim is a
Okay. Mm-hmm.
open text product. Along with Vim, they have other products also. Okay, as I said, like open text OCR, there is an OCR solution. Open text has archiving solution. Okay, so archiving, when you talk about, you will have archive servers. Open OCR, when you talk about,
Okay.
there will be OCR servers. So these are different servers on which these solutions lie basically. So it would
Okay.
depend on which solution you're talking about. Okay, when you're talking about, as you said, like different servers and all, yes, server team would be separate team. On SAP side also, if you see, you have a different team called as basis team who takes care of the server management.
Okay.
So similarly, you will have, it could be your own basis, the same basis team taking care of the servers. It could be some different team who's taking care of those servers. Depends on the organization structure and how the organization have planned out their solutions. So according to that, it would differ.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Yeah, and
Thank you.
the second part, what you said is like, are we going to discuss about the open text or Vim? Basically, we would be discussing on open text Vim from end-to-end implementation point of view. Okay, and we will be discussing that wherever we need assistance or involvement of other teams, we will be discussing those in detail, like what is required by which team. A lot of time we will need involvement of basis team, so we will be discussing that why basis team is required there, what is required from basis team, and what activities will be carried out by basis team. Okay, we won't be going into detail that how those activity or how those configurations are done by the basis team, but what is required as a Vim consultant, or what information you may need to convey to your Vim basis team or any other team, that all we will be discussing.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, any other question, anyone? Okay, if there are no more question, I take as no. Then coming to the course content. Okay, so we have mentioned the prerequisites. It's a basic knowledge of SAP and SAP basis and workflow. That means like what is generally a general basis team does, and how generic SAP workflow works, which is also taken care by basis team. If you know basics about it. Okay, basic knowledge of accounts payable operations, how the accounts payable team works, and how the material management operations. Okay, the reason of knowing these two, because what we need as a prerequisite is to knowing the standard SAP part of it. Okay, when we talk about AP operations, then when the invoice is posted, how the invoice is posted, how you can view the invoices, or when we talk about non-PO invoices, what is FB60, how the FB60 is working, what are document types. These are basic things which are part of standard SAP solution. If you are aware about those, that would be very helpful and easier, or it will help you in grasping the Vim concepts. We can focus more on the Vim related concepts. Okay, then we will be having covering different concepts within the Vim. So the overview session, we have discussed like different challenges which were faced, and what are Vim components, how the things are working in Vim. Okay, all that. Further, we'll be discussing about archiving, Vim rules, Vim process type, etc. From PO invoice processing point of view, we will be covering the PO document type, DP creation, the all the configuration required for PO document type and all that. Okay, invoice exception processing, background execution, all these details will be covered, how the exceptions are handled. Okay, similarly for non-PO, we will be covering all those details, document type and document type creation and all the corresponding configurations. Okay, invoice approval part of it, once the invoice is submitted, how this works, how the approval is triggered, what are different phases or parts of the approvals. All that we will be working, what is user experience for after the invoice is submitted for approval. All the different concepts and details we will be discussing in detail, like all those concepts will be discussed in detail. Okay, channels and configurations. These are different ways how you can receive the invoices. Okay, so we will be discussing about email channel, idoc channel, ariba channel, okay, OCR channel. Even if those are not mentioned here, we will be covering all those. Okay, not to worry about. So everything from channel point of view will be discussed and covered. Reports and batch jobs, what are different batch jobs which are required when you are going for a fresh implementation of Vim. You need to schedule certain batch jobs, those are required to get the solution working overall. What are all those different jobs, what are different reports offered from open text, how those can be used, all that will be discussed. And the last topic what we will be discussing is about the invoice capture center, okay, or ICC. This is nothing but your OCR solution. Okay, the OCR solution which is offered from OpenText. So we will be discussing details about the OCR solution offered from the OpenText, and we will also discuss that if your organization is using any other third party OCR solution, how that can be integrated into Vim. Okay, so anyone has any questions on the course content part of it, or any other queries you have from this class or point of view?
Will you provide notes, printed notes on Vim or?
Mm, we will be sharing the recordings, session recordings with every session. Okay,
Okay.
you won't be getting anything in black and white. That actually goes into the copyright infringement. So we cannot give you anything in written or printed format.
Okay. So we receive daily recording classes also, correct? In Google Drive?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that is a good thing because sometimes if we miss also, we can
Yes.
record.
Recordings will be shared. Okay.
Yeah. And are you sharing any test server for practicing SAP?
Yes, all of you will be getting an access to the test server. You will get user ID password to log in, and the details how to install the SAP GUI on your laptop, and then you can connect to the test server where you can practice all the concepts.
Okay.
Any other question anyone has?
You know how long this course? How many months?
We'll come to that in a while if there are anybody has any more questions. Otherwise, I'll come to the class timing and the duration and all that part of it. Okay, just hold for a
Any
minute.
documents that will be provided? I mean, like say for example, there might be some standard documents from SAP, or
See, as I said, like there are guides available from OpenText. Okay, as I said, those
okay,
guides are available on the OpenText portal, and that access to that OpenText portal is available only when you purchase a Vim license. Okay, only then you can
okay,
get those documents. So that's what I shared, right? We cannot share anything printed because that is all falls under the copyright infringement. So it falls under the copyright challenges. So that's the reason we do not share any documents. Okay, you won't find any
but
document in the
hopefully we
open.
will be given the details of what such documentation is available, and maybe we can get it from our company where we have Vim already in
Yes,
place.
yeah, surely. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
I can guide on that where you can find the details and all. Okay, and if your organization allows you, you can go there and download those documents and go through those guides. Basically, I would say like those is kind those guides are nothing but kind of what we can say is user guide basically. Okay, so if you purchase any product, you get a small leaflet, right? How to use the product, something similar to that.
Correct. Mhm.
So it will be
Okay.
a product guide available there.
Okay. So you mentioned for our channel configurations, there is Ariba channel also. So the invoice gets from Ariba system and comes to the Vim system. Is it something like that?
Yes.
Okay. And what will be the form? Is it an IDOC or something like that?
I think it's too early to discuss. Sorry to discourage you, but you might
Yeah.
be aware about certain concept, but the others might not be.
Okay.
It's not the right time to discuss the details about that. Yes, we will be going through it. Don't worry about it. We will be covering all those details.
Okay. Okay.
Sachin, after completion of this course, is there any certification guidance from your side? Open text certification, where we
I
in
can
SAP
tell
is
how you can appear for an exam. I can tell you where you have to go and apply and all that. I can guide you. But if
okay.
you're looking forward, like, is there any question bank or something material which we can provide? Then no.
Okay.
Okay. Again, as I said, like any written or printed
Yes, sir.
material we cannot share, and question bank we cannot share legally.
Okay.
Okay, so that is something which is answer is no. Okay, how to apply for a certification, where we can find which certificate should we apply for, and all that I can guide you.
Okay.
Any other
Okay.
questions? Okay, if there are no more questions, then I would like to share that the structure of the classes. Okay, so point number one, we will be having classes on daily basis. Every day 1 hour class will be there. Okay, when I say daily, it would be working days, Monday to Friday. Weekends will be off. Okay, 1 hour Monday to Friday, morning 9 a.m. IST to 10 a.m. IST.
Okay.
Okay, then we will be following the practical approach. So it won't be like a theoretical session where I take a whiteboard approach and I just explain the concept and then you go and try into the system. In fact, it would be a practical approach where I will open up the SAP solution, SAP system. I'll show you the I'll share the screen and I'll show you that in SAP where you have to go, which like which transaction code or which node or configuration has to be used, and then I'll be going through those screens and I'll show you what is the details available on each screen, what is the requirement there, why there are so many fields or whatever it is available, what is the significance. All those will be explained to you from a practical approach, and then you can practice on top of it on the test server. Okay, any questions on this now? Batch timing, batch duration of the class. Okay,
How many sessions?
sessions, there is no limit to the number of sessions. Okay, or in other words, I can say I generally do not time bound the overall course. Okay, the reason is it depends on batch to batch, person to person. Okay, the time required for explaining the concept is same, but the time required to understand the concept might differ from person to person. Okay, so my emphasis
Okay.
is to ensuring that everyone understand the concept, then we move forward. So it may happen batch to batch. Again, some batches we have finished within 45 days, some batches have taken around I can say like 60 days, some batches have taken 75 days. So it differs on the
Okay.
uh, how the response is overall. Okay, and then we move accordingly, but we ensure that everyone should understand the concepts within the batch. It's not that okay, one person has understood, let's move forward, and the others has to catch up on their own. No, we will be focusing on each and everyone, and then we'll be ensuring that everyone is understanding it. Okay, now, when I take that responsibility that I'll ensure that everyone understands, I would need equal response as well, participation as well.
Okay, sir.
I hope
Thank
I
you.
hope I am having a fair expectation.
Yes. Yes, yeah.
Okay. So as I said, like in general, to answer your question, it may take from 40 days to in general, I would say, like again, generalizing the things. Okay, exception cases are always there. So generalizing the things, it takes around 45 to 50 days to complete a class or complete a batch. Okay,
Okay.
and again, subject to that, we are having regular classes. We are not uh, like taking holidays in between and all. Okay.
Mhm. So there will
Okay,
be a commitment of around 2 to 3 months approximately.
2 months I can say, 3 months I won't say. 2 months, yes. Consider at least 2 months, because as I said, like it depends again depending on the response and the continuation of the class, the regularity of the class we have. Depending on that, it is 2 months.
Is there any crash course, Sachin?
There is no shortcut to success.
Crash course means hours is more instead of 1 hour.
Hours, see, more hours again. Right now, what we are discussing about is a regular batch, is a normal batch. Okay. Crash course, we can see something for crash course if we have participants accordingly. Okay. And when we have more number of hours, it is also the other challenge what we have experienced earlier is that it becomes too much of overwhelming, and then people do not understand, and then we end up the class like the normal class which is of 1 hour, right? When we are trying to have a longer class, we are ending up somewhere like 1.5 hour or maybe 1 hour 45 minutes, and so that is the general experience, because it becomes too much of overwhelming, and then people say like, okay, enough for one day to digest, and they need more time to understand and sink in the concepts and all.
Okay.
Again, depending on the batch, if we are having participants who are interested in a crash course, we can plan something for that as well. We are open from as I said, like the learning approach, there are multiple approaches, and we are open to all depending on the participations. If the participants are interested and available, we can plan everything.
Okay.
How about weekend batch, or maybe start little early, because 9 to 10 means 10 o'clock we should be in office, so it will be difficult. Maybe 1 hour early we can start if it is possible, like 8 to 9, or if not, maybe a weekend session. I mean weekend batch. Is it possible?
Okay, reiterating myself, this is general batch what we are talking about. As I said, if we are looking for some weekend batch also, we can plan depending on the participants. Okay. And timing earlier, instead of having 9 to 10, maybe we can have something as 8:30 to 9:30. Apart from that, there's a little bit limitation on that. We have some other commitments according to that.
Okay.
Okay, so what
Okay.
I would say in general, what my recommendation would be, that each of you connect with Subbu, okay, and share your preference. Okay, you're looking for a weekend batch, you're looking for a crash course, a quick course kind of thing, or you're looking for timing kind of thing. You share your preferences, okay, and then me and Subbu we will discuss and then plan a batch according to the preferences. Does that sound good? Sounds like a plan?
Yes. Okay.
Yes, Sachin. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
so that would be help. Say, I don't know what are the preferences of each of you, so it's better if you just give those recommendation or preferences to Subbu. Once we have those jotted into a list kind of thing, we can plan according to that. That would be very helpful in planning the batch itself, right? The timing of the batch and overall duration and all that stuff.
Yeah, Sachin, I would prefer daily batches, daily class only, and I'm fine with 8:30 to 9:30. Yeah, that
Yep.
day
Again,
class will be good. So in weekends again it will be long, and understanding and practice also it's become difficult for the persons
Yeah.
who are.
Daily. Yeah. Daily batch is good, Sachin. Me also say.
yeah, so see, that's why I'm saying what see you what no see since I'm on screen sharing, I don't know who is speaking and who has what preference. That's the reason I'm requesting that please share your preferences with Subbu, okay, and then we will plan the batch accordingly. Okay, if we are having like good number of participants available, we may plan for two batches, one for weekend, one for regular batch, and kind of thing. Right? We,
Yeah.
we can
Sachin
plan accordingly.
already. Yeah. Subbu already is there. Correct. My name is Chandra. I'm looking daily batch only, 8:30 to 9:30 or
So
9:30 to
no,
10 or
wait.
10:30
Subbu,
or
you
something.
there? Subbu, you there?
Again, we talk again. With him.
Hello,
He's not
Subbu.
available.
Yeah, that's the reason. I know generally, like as I said, like he's the admin, so as I said, there are a lot of commitments in parallel happening. So he generally will start the session and then he will be occupied somewhere else. I know that. That's the reason I was saying,
Oh,
please connect with Subbu and share your preferences. Okay, and according to the preferences and the participants' availability, we can plan for different batches.
okay, Sachin.
Okay. We can have one regular batch, one weekend batch, or one regular batch, one crash course batch, kind of thing. That all we can plan once we have the details available, right? That planning is possible only once we have the details. So request you all to please share your recommendations or preferences. I wouldn't say share your preferences with Subbu, and then we will plan and let you know. Okay. For the regular batch, we are planning to start a regular batch from this Monday, coming Monday onwards.
Okay.
So please share your preference as soon as possible, probably today and or today or tomorrow. So we can start with the regular batch, and then for the others, you can share your preferences. For weekend, you still have a week's time. So, but still, I would recommend if you can share the preferences as soon as possible. That would be really helpful.
Oh, yeah, sure, Sachin.
Okay. Anyone, any
Okay, Sachin.
questions?
Last thing, would you mind helping us to get this course content shared?
This Excel sheet, sharing this Excel sheet.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can
Yes,
share.
course content.
I'll ask Subbu to share.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Okay.
thank you.
Anyone, any more questions?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, let me stop my screen sharing in that matter. For that matter, then. Stop sharing. Okay. So, if anyone has any questions, please let me know. If there is no more questions, then are we good to close for today's session?
Okay, Sachin. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, good from my
Okay.
end as well, Sachin. Thank you.
Good. Yeah,
Thank
we'll
you.
meet on Monday again.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you all for your participation and time. Okay. Last comment is request you again to connect with Subbu and share your preferences. And then Subbu will share the details of the batch according to your preferences.
Yeah, we connect on Monday again, Subbu.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you all.
Sachin. Yeah,
Thank
Yes.
you.
thank you so
Thank you
much,
all.
Sachin.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you all.
thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.